everyone who made poetry because they were all from this school. So.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so what I have to do is I have to make an intro and that has to be memorized. And then I have to state my poem and the author, and then I have to hold the paper up and just go for it, basically. And I have to put my head down when I'm done, so then I'm done. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But the sticks could be the underlinings for words that are emphasized with pain, and the stones could be the periods at the ends of sentences that could result in the ends of lives. Be sure to taste your words before you spit them out. To this day, Shane Corzone. When I was a kid, I used to think pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because they were my favorite and my grandmother thought it was cute, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day, before I realized fat kids are not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother about it because I was scared I'd get in trouble for playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed the bruise and I got sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another really small room with a really nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. As far as I was concerned, life was pretty good. I saw no reason to lie. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gives me karate chops. This led to a full-scale investigation where I was removed from the house for 3 days. Until they finally decided to ask how I got the bruises. News of this silly little story quickly spread throughout my school and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops. I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who used to say that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us. Or that we'd be lonely forever. That no one could ever make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away. That there's no way for it to metastasize. It does. She was 8 years old, our first day of grade 3, when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of the classroom so we would stop getting bombarded by spitballs, but the school halls were a battleground where we found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to stay inside for recess because outside was worse. Outside, we'd have to rehearse running away or learn to stay still like statues, giving no clues we were there in grade 5. They taped a sign to the front of her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin. Because she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch grafted onto a different family tree. Adopted. Not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when he became a mixed drink of 1 part left alone and 2 parts tragedy. Started therapy in the 8th grade, had a personality made up of tests and pills, lived like the uphills were mountains and downhills were cliffs, 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and an adolescence of being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills. 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it." As if depression is something that could be remedied by any of the contents found in the first aid kit to this day. He has a stick of TNT lit from both ends. He can describe to you the way the sky bends in the moments in which it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand that sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We aren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were, "Hey stupid," or "Hey spaz." Seems like each school has an arsenal of names getting updated each year. And if a kid breaks in school and no one around chooses to hear, do they make a sound? Or are they just the background noises of a soundtrack stuck on repeat when people say things like, "Kids can be cruel"? Every school was a big top circus tent, and the pecking order went from lion tamers to acrobats, from clowns to carnies, but these were miles ahead of who we were. We were freaks. Lobster claw boys and bearded ladies, oddities juggling depression and loneliness, playing solitaire and spin the bottle, trying to kiss the wounded parts of us and heal. But at night, while the others slept, we kept walking the tightrope, and yeah, some of us fell. But I wanted to tell them that all of this is just debris, left over from when we finally decided to smash the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer, because there's something inside you that told you to keep trying despite everyone else who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart, and you signed it yourself. You signed it, they were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they picked you last for basketball or for everything. Maybe you brought bruises and broken teeth to show and tell but never told. Because how can you hold your ground when everyone around you wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong. They have to be wrong. Why else would we still be here? We are graduating members from the class of "We Made It," not the faded echoes of voices crying, "Names will never hurt me." Because of course, they did. But our lives will only ever always continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.
Wow.